Welcome and thank you for joining us on Birth Mother Matters in Adoption with Kelly Rourke-Scary and me, Ron Rains, where we delve into the issues of adoption from every angle of the adoption triad.
Do what's best for your kid and for yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, you're definitely not going to be able to take care of that kid, and that's not fair.
And I know that my daughter will be well taken care of with them.
Don't have an abortion. Give this child a chance.
All I could think about was needing to save my son.
My name is Kelly Rourke-Scary. I'm the Executive Director, President, and co-founder of Building Arizona Families Adoption Agency, the Donna K. Evans Foundation, and creator of the You Before Me campaign. I have a bachelor's degree in family studies and human development and a master's degree in education with an emphasis in school counseling. I was adopted at the age of 3 days, born to a teen birth mother, raised in a closed adoption, and reunited with my birth mother in 2007. I have worked in the adoption field for over 15 years.
And I'm Ron Rains. I've worked in radio since 1999. I was the co-host of 2 successful morning shows in Prescott, Arizona. Now I work for my wife, who's an adoption attorney, and I'm able to combine these 2 great passions and share them on this podcast.
If you enjoy this podcast, make sure to rate and review us on whatever platform you use to listen to us, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Look for AZ Adopt Podcast.
So summer is officially here. So you may be thinking, what effect does that have on adoption? So I want to talk about that. In Arizona, we work with just Arizona birth mothers. We do work with adoptive families from across the United States. But working with women in Arizona, summer changes a lot. It's really hot here. You know, being pregnant in the Arizona heat is almost unbearable. I can say that because I have done it 4 times. It is absolutely incomprehensible to think about being pregnant and being homeless, especially in this heat. Not to mention it can be exceedingly dangerous. So what we're finding is that women are, starting to come into the agency more now. We're kind of getting a little bit away from the COVID, and we are seeing an increase in birth mothers who are coming in. There are seasons in Arizona where being homeless is tolerable. Summer is not one of them.
I've lived in Arizona my whole life too, and it's miserable when you're not pregnant, but I can't even imagine what it's like when you are.
With the summer also brings Mother's Day, upcoming Father's Day, which is this weekend. So an early happy Father's Day to you, Ron.
Thank you very much.
And a happy Father's Day to all of our adoptive families and our birth families as well. So happy Father's Day to everybody. But that also brings a spin on adoption. When families are considering adopting and they're, starting the process, when Father's Day and Mother's Day comes along, it really can be like that extra push to get the process started. I will hear families say, I just didn't want to go one more Mother's Day or Father's Day and not be able to celebrate that, in and of myself, meaning I could still celebrate it with my mother or father, but to be able to celebrate that by having a child would just be amazing. And so that brings families into the adoption process. As we go through the summer and school resumes, we also see, the back to school rush with adoptive families. There's lots of advertisements of children getting ready to go back to school, and you see, the back to school sales, and it's kind of in your face everywhere. There are seasons throughout the year like Christmas, back to school, Mother's Day and Father's Day, and those kind of things kind of prompt people who are looking to build their family. It gives them that extra, that extra push.
That inspiration.
That needs to go, to be noticed and to be recognized, so that families that are starting the process and maybe, or they feel the rush to start it, aren't pressured just because of these times of the year.
Okay.
It needs to be the right time for you and your family, regardless of whether it is, nearing or just past Mother's Day or Father's Day or the back to school. Those things really shouldn't influence your timing as to when you are ready as a family to begin the adoption process. for birth mothers, some of them do have other children in the home. And so they now are faced with having, the kids home all day long, which a lot of us have gotten used to because of COVID and what that has taught us over the past year. But that does add, when you're not used to having your kids home all day and you're pregnant and you're hot and you have your kids at home, that can add more financial burden. It can add more, just daily stress and trying to keep them busy and occupied. And so, we do see a lot of the frustration for women that when they're coming into the program and they're looking to place their baby for adoption, that there are added stressors over the summer.
Mm-hmm. Summer's always a stressful time anyway, but when you have the COVID thing just ending up, like you said, it just all piles up.
It really does. And I think that, we recognize that as an adoption agency, and we really worry about the women, not just the pregnant women, but women and children and men that are out there. It's really hot in Arizona. And I'm really hoping that we can come back together as a community and really help the homeless. I know that they received help during the COVID period, maybe a little bit more than usual. And I'm hoping that we can do something because this season in Arizona is starting off exceedingly hot. We're getting heat warnings and it's just the middle of June.
Right. I believe the temperature yesterday broke a record for that day. So yeah, it's not cooling down anytime soon. And I think it's going to be a really bad summer. So how can we help out? Like, for instance, homeless people, and as a community, how can we do this?
I think it's really important to look at making donations to entities that, give back 100% of the funds they receive, like our agency or maybe some others in your local community. Donating flats of water to a local food bank, making donations to a local shelter so that maybe they can open up more beds. Those types of things I think are really important. If you see, somebody that is homeless and you have an extra bottle of water in your car and you feel safe giving it to them, then doing so. So those kind of things I think are really actions that we can take as a society to really be helpful to those who need it. And, as an adoption agency, we definitely want to do our part and, help out as much as we can with our birth mothers and our adoptive families and, other members of the community. But I think it takes more than just, some of us. I think it's going to take all of us to really help everybody get through this hot summer.
You're absolutely right. And donating to organizations is important. Now, we can't, sit here and just list off every organization because we don't know about them. So if somebody wanted to donate to Building Arizona Families to help out some of these birth mothers who are going through this right now, how would they go about that?
They can go right on our webpage to what we can do to help, and you will be connected with a donation page and you can make a donation right on our website. So that would be very helpful. And like I said, know that it's going to pregnant women who really need the help and the assistance. And it's not just going to women who are pregnant and placing the baby for adoption, but it's going to women who have placed their baby for adoption and they are trying to rebuild their life. And those lives are just as important as everybody else's.
What are some of the ways that Building Arizona Families is helping these birth mothers as they go through the heat and, like a lot of them, like you said, homelessness and all this? How exactly does Building Arizona Families help them?
Well, we're making sure to the best of our ability that we're able to keep our birth mothers housed and off the street. And we're making sure that, they are being transported to and from their OBGYN appointments. We are actually using transportation other than an unair-conditioned bus for now because it's just too hot. And so we are making sure that they are staying as cool as possible. We are also, utilizing our food pantry to help as well, and our maternity clothing closet. And so those are some other places that people could donate as well. So again, I want to wish everybody out there a happy Father's Day and stay safe and stay cool.
If you're pregnant and considering adoption, we are here for you and understand what you're going through. We've helped hundreds of women place their babies for adoption, and we want to help you as well. We have a pregnancy crisis hotline available 24/7 by phone or text at 623-695-4112, or you can reach us on our toll-free number at 1-800-340-9665. We can make an immediate appointment with you to get you to a safe place, provide food and clothing, and help you get started on creating an Arizona adoption plan, or just give you more information. Check out our blogs on our website at azpregnancyhelp.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter by looking for AZ Adopt Podcast. If you enjoy this podcast, make sure to rate and review us on whatever platform you use to listen to us. Birth, Mother Matters, and Adoption was written and produced by Kelly Rourke Scary and edited by me. Thanks go out to Grapes for letting us use their song I Don't Know as our theme song. Join us next time on Birth, Mother Matters, and Adoption. For Kelly Rourke Scary, I'm Ron Rains, and we'll see you then.